Thailand is one of the best countries in the world for dating, especially if you're a man. In this video, I'm going to be talking about dating in Thailand, the Thai dating culture, what to expect, and how to find a Thai partner. I'm specifically going to be talking to most of the men out here, but some of this information is still going to apply for the women as well. Now, just some background information about me. I've moved here to Thailand from New York City, and it's been 4 years since I've made that decision, and it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I currently have a Thai girlfriend right now of 2 years, a little more than 2 years, and I have some experience with dating around here in Thailand. I have experience dating in America. By far, I can say that Thailand is definitely the best place to date. Before I start, I just want to say that if you're interested in actually moving to Thailand, and if you actually want to learn from me about how I make money here, how I've actually been able to make this move, and you want to connect with me and my community, then you guys can join my Thailand Insiders Club, link in the description. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this video. I'm just going to be speaking honestly from my insights and speaking raw. So if I ever get canceled from any video, it's probably going to be this video. So the reason why it's very advantageous to date here in Thailand as a man is the ratio. There are, simply put, more women than men, and this single thing is going to be one of the biggest factors for dating success virtually anywhere. Virtually most places here in Thailand, if you go to a park, if you go to a bar, if you go to a mall, you're going to see more women than men. So this by itself is going to increase your chances as a man significantly. The second point is that foreigners are often highly regarded here in Thailand. Now, I'm not saying that foreigners here are like fetishized or like put on a pedestal and that every single Thai woman is so attracted to these foreigners. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that they're often regarded in a positive manner. Thai women have a preference for Asians and Caucasians specifically. For example, in the United States, if you're an Asian American, you in the marketplace of dating, you're gonna be at a disadvantage because statistically speaking, Asians are seen as less favorable in the Western dating market. But here in Thailand, if you're Caucasian or if you're Asian, you're gonna have a higher chance. And I've talked to a lot of Thai women here. I've asked a lot of Thai local girls. A lot of them don't prefer dating Thai men, which is actually pretty unfortunate to hear. A lot of them have a preference for, like I said, Caucasians or particularly Eastern Asian men like Koreans, Japanese, Chinese. Now, one of the reasons why foreigners are often seen as attractive in Thailand is because foreigners can often provide a very fresh new experience and kind of can be exciting, and it can be a good opportunity for Thai locals to practice their language and to learn more about new cultures. Moving on to the third advantage is that many Thai people are very approachable and very welcoming. For example, if you were to spark up random conversations here in Thailand, you're not really going to receive as much of a harsh blowback or a huge rejection as you would in the West. Here's a good example. In a Thai setting, if you were to say something like, "Oh, kun soi mak kap. Kun mi fen lu yang kap." What that translates to is like, "Wow, you're very beautiful. Do you have a boyfriend or do you have a girlfriend?" That's literally what that translates to. If you were to say that in America or the West, a lot of people would judge you and they think that's super creepy, you know? In America or in a lot of Western dating markets, you often have to be indirect, you kind of have to be mysterious, you kind of have to play like hard to get, or like there's a lot of these like social games. Whereas here in Thailand, you could just be straightforward and honest, and if you were to say something like that, like "Kun soi mak kap, kun mi fen lu yang kap," like say it with a smile and a little bit cheeky and like very lighthearted, it's like almost kind of cute, like it's narak, and Thai people would mostly be very welcoming and respectful. It doesn't mean that they're automatically gonna be like fall in love with you or whatever, but it's going to be easier to talk to them. They're going to be more approachable, more sociable. Whereas in the West and a lot of other places, a lot of men will really fear ever approaching women on the streets because of fear of rejection and because of fear of looking creepy. So those are all the advantages of dating here in Thailand, particularly as men. Now I want to talk about how to actually find partners here. Now this information is going to be applicable for men and women. So let's begin. The first thing is going to be about dating apps. Now, dating apps here are very, very popular, and there's going to be a lot of people, and it's very easy. It's very easy to just fire up the dating app and pretty much have a couple dates aligned this week. Now, first off is Tinder. Tinder is going to be the most popular app with the most amount of users, but just as a side note, it does have a reputation of like non-serious flings and hookups and very casual kind of encounters. But overall, I still would recommend Tinder just because of the sheer amount of people you will see on Tinder. For example, like the first day in Bangkok, I had over like 100 matches in just 1 hour. And that's something, you know, as the average guy watching this, you never experience 100 matches. Like that is, you have to literally be the top 1% of men in the West to ever experience matches like that. But if you're to move here to Thailand, it's like literally hundreds of matches every single hour or like thousands a week potentially. So in Thailand, you don't need to be like this ultra Chad that's 6 feet tall, that's super model looking to have some dating success here, particularly with the dating apps. You just have to have a pretty good profile, be decently attractive or, you know, approachable looking. And yeah, you should have some success with dating apps. Now moving on to the other alternative dating apps would be Bumble and Coffee Meets Bagel. These are the two other apps I recommend, and these apps are going to have more of a reputation for more serious commitment, more serious long-term relationships. So if that's what you're looking for, I highly recommend Coffee Meets Bagel or Bumble. However, if you're more old school and traditional, you can still find a lot of opportunities in finding people through offline manners. You can meet a lot of people here through mutual friends or social groups or meetups or just going about on your normal day-to-day business, doing activities, doing hobbies, going out for a walk, going out for a drink, just normal things. You can find a lot of people. Now, if you're planning on booking a flight to Thailand, here's a simple trick that could save you a lot on flights. Many travel websites collect your data and prices can often be higher based on your geographical location and browsing history. By using a VPN, you can hide this data and change your virtual location to compare different prices from different regions, helping you save on the best deals. Now, that's why I recommend NordVPN if you're pursuing this nomadic lifestyle here in Thailand or actually anywhere else for that matter. But NordVPN isn't just helpful for finding cheaper flights, it's also essential for protecting your data in more serious situations like preventing data theft. As a nomad or an expat, you're very likely to use a lot of public Wi-Fi, which can be risky due to something called a man-in-the-middle attack. Now, this is when someone sets up a fake public Wi-Fi that looks legitimate, for example, coffee-free Wi-Fi, but when you connect, they can access all of your data. NordVPN encrypts all of your data no matter what connection you're on, keeping you safe. For the price of just one coffee a month, you can protect yourself with NordVPN today. Plus, you'll get 4 bonus months on top of a 2-year plan if you use my code PaulLee. Check out the link right here. And don't forget, there's a 30-day risk-free money-back guarantee, so you've essentially got nothing to lose. Use my code and get started with NordVPN today, link in the description. Now let's talk about the Thailand dating culture. Now, believe it or not, Thailand is actually very conservative and very traditional, which is the first thing I want to talk about. Unlike in the West, where there's a very strong woke movement, and I'm not here to be political in this video, but there's a stark difference between like Western culture and the kind of extremely progressive movement where they're trying to make no differences between men and women and trying to get rid of gender roles and the whole sense of traditional roles. Here in Thailand, it's not really like that at all. Most people here in Thailand actually like the idea of gender roles and like the idea of tradition. For example, women are expected to take care of the house, to do cooking, to do cleaning, to take care of their man, and where the man is expected to be the financial provider and provide security, provide safety, and provide leadership, be the leader of the household. So Thailand still has a lot of these gender roles and traditional values, which a lot of people, including myself, actually like. You know, a lot of people like the idea of supporting each other with these different kinds of roles and having a nice harmony between masculinity and femininity. So you can expect women here to be very feminine and very kind of traditional oriented. They like to take care of you as a man. They would do displays of affection that are often seen as like what a wife would do, such as they would clean for you, they would cook for you, they would massage you, they'd do all these acts of affection because they really like you. Not because they're expected to and a man is in charge and tell them to go back to the kitchen and, you know, not like in that kind of dominating sense, but in the sense that if a woman really likes you, they want to do all these things for you, whereas a lot of women in the West or like a lot of women in this like kind of woke movement would cringe at the idea. And I'm not here to criticize them, and I'm not here to criticize any Western women or anything. I'm just saying like you can oftentimes go on a second or third date and you'll find that a girl that you're dating is going to come to your house and like clean for you and maybe cook for you and do these things that you would never expect or see in, for example, the United States. It's kind of like an act of affection, right? So it's not an expectation, it's not a requirement, it's not a rule. It's a lot of women here will like to display acts of affection like that. Moving on to the next point, because Thai women and Thailand in general are very conservative, you should expect that a lot of Thai women you'll meet are going to want something serious and actually want to commit very fast. Now, this is a very big difference than, especially when I was in New York City. A lot of men and women will be dating a lot of people at the same time, whereas in Thailand, a lot of them don't have a roster and a lot of them want to commit to you very fast if they like you. So the speed of the dating process can be a lot quicker. You know, like they'll want to see you the next day, see you multiple days in a row, maybe have some of their stuff in your condo, maybe even ask to be your boyfriend or girlfriend within the first, I don't know, like first month or so, and then even drop the I love you within maybe like the first 3 months. So it's pretty fast, especially compared to the West. As soon as a Thai girl likes you, they'll soon start really liking you. And this also comes with them not wanting you to see anybody else at all, potentially not wanting you to go out to bars and clubs and go out often. If you're not looking for something serious, I would be extremely transparent and honest on the first date. But this is of course not the same for all Thai women. Just like anywhere else in the world, you'll find that a lot of women are just looking for something casual. They just kind of want like a play date or like a holiday boyfriend or like just a one night stand or something like that. So it's pretty much anywhere else in the world they'll have a lot of women like this. But in general, I feel like a lot of Thai women are actually wanting something serious and actually want to commit. Moving on to the next point is that Thai women actually talk a lot and they gossip a lot. There are particularly these notorious Facebook groups where they're exclusive for Thai women and they'll post pictures of guys they're dating to see if anybody else is currently dating them or have dated them, to see what kind of guys they're like, or to see are they a player or are they a bad guy. If you're gonna be dating around here in Thailand, you definitely want to make face. You definitely don't want to crash out and have a really ugly breakup or do something really bad where the Thai girl is gonna talk badly about you in front of all their Thai peers and Thai groups and Thai friends. And a lot of Thai women will talk, and Bangkok in particular is quite small. A lot of people will actually know each other. For example, you could be following a girl that you just met on Tinder, you could follow her on Instagram, and you'll find that your foreigner friends are already following her. So Bangkok in particular, and the other regions as well, are a lot smaller than you think. People talk, people gossip. So you definitely want to have a good reputation. The next thing is that I think that there's a stereotype that people have that Thai women are only attracted to foreigners because of their money. Now, I actually don't think that this is the case. When I first came to Thailand, I was very cautious of this. I was like, I'm not trying to find a gold digger. I'm not trying to be manipulated and pretty much be a sucker. I was kind of paranoid about that, but actually this has not been the case. And I find that the average Thai woman is not really seeking foreigners for their money. It's not on their agenda, and they're not targeting rich foreigners because they can provide this lavish lifestyle. For the most part, Thai girls just want a good guy that's going to take care of them, has ambition, has himself in order, and sociable, kind, respectful, and family-oriented, traditional, like a lot of these good values. But just in general, it is of course very attractive if you do have money, and Thai women are definitely going to want you to make a lot of money and definitely want you to work hard. But for the most part, I think it's not the number one requirement. If you meet Thai women that are often asking for allowances or asking for some hospital bills or like taking care of their buffalo back in Isan, or just asking for very expensive dates and this like kind of lavish lifestyle and expecting you to pay for everything, I would see that as a red flag, to be honest. It's like, notice these signs immediately and then get out when you can. Especially for like a lot of these foreigners, especially older foreigners, they hang around these red light districts and go to these go-go bars, and these go-go girls essentially suck so much money out of them. They'll be so good at manipulating these older foreigner men into paying for extremely expensive dates or extremely expensive vacations or allowances or other things like that. Dating in Thailand shouldn't and often isn't expensive. Just pay 1,000 baht for a restaurant, pay for some good food, pay for some drinks. I mean, it's not that expensive. I would just keep that in mind. Don't have the stereotype that all Thai women are like out to get your money and stuff. I mean, a very select few are, but the average is not. Moving on to the next point, I actually want to touch back on what I said earlier about how a lot of Thai women are attracted to Caucasians and Asians. You'll find that a lot of upper class, high society Thai women are actually not interested in dating foreigners at all. And it's actually very hard to break into that kind of demographic because a lot of these upper class Thai people are dating amongst each other of similar socioeconomic status and similar social groups because they want to make face, because they want to keep it like more or less exclusive, and they're not really particularly attracted or interested in foreigners. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you should know that there is typically going to be a difference between dating these upper class Thai women versus everyone else. Speaking of money, a lot of Thai women actually expect you as a man to pay for the bill and pay for most of the expenses. So whenever you're on first dates, second dates, and have a girlfriend, I would expect that you are probably gonna pay for at least 80% of everything. And honestly, if you're a foreigner man, I think you should pay anyway, not even out of the tradition, but because you probably make more money than the average Thai woman here. So it's just a good gesture to do in general. But also, if you're a man, I would definitely make sure that the woman that you're providing for, that they're like grateful and that they're appreciative. If they never appreciate these gestures, I think that is a huge red flag. Now, lastly, is that a lot of Thai women are jealous and quite possessive. Not all of them, but they will want to cling on to you as much as possible very early on, even in the first dating stages. Some Thai women will even not allow you to go out to bars and clubs or to hang out with your friends. Some might randomly video call you during the night. Some might ask you to take pictures if you're going out with your friends. Some will stalk your Instagram profiles and like literally every hour. And then if you're following a new girl, a new Thai girl, they'll be like, who is this? Why are you following her? Why are you liking her pictures? Like, it's very investigative. They'll just really want to make sure that you're not seeing anybody at all and you're the only woman that you're thinking of. So this comes back to having strong boundaries and actually having good communication. You know, if you are seeing multiple women at the same time, if you are dating around, if you're not looking for something serious, this is not going to be a problem as long as you're communicating that. That way the woman understands. But if you're leading her on thinking that she's the only woman you're seeing, then it can be quite ugly, quite dramatic. And I wouldn't even say that this is a red flag because it just means that they really like you and they kind of want you all to themselves. And I think it's a far lot better than the opposite where a girl doesn't even care if you even like them at all. Like a girl that's kind of indifferent about you. I think that's far worse. So just expect that a Thai girl can be a little bit more clingy or a little bit more possessive than you might think. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too controversial. And just as a side note, a lot of these statements that I'm saying are generalizations and they're from the perspective of a foreigner. So I'm not a Thai woman. I can't speak on behalf of all Thai women, and I'm not here to bash on the Western dating or Western women or anything like that. These are just some observations and some stories and some experiences that I've had here in Thailand. If you're interested in moving abroad and making money remotely, then join my community down in the description and make sure to check out NordVPN, link in the description as well. Subscribe and leave any comments you have any. Follow me on Instagram and I'll see you in the next video.